Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Willie Jones. I'm here to talk to you about hard work and opportunity. I love basketball, so I am going to start you all off with a little quote from the one and only Michael Jordan. He said, "Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Or figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it." Everyone has obstacles in their life. Today I will tell you about some of mine. I was born in Harlem in 1987. There were 10 kids in my mom's family. My mom was a single mom. We did not have a lot of money growing up. We were on public assistance and paid rent with Section 8 vouchers. Sometimes we would eat oatmeal for every meal because that's all we had. Some days we had nothing. But my mom was a very hard working person. She worked as a teacher's aide and she worked as a teacher's aide in Manhattan Elementary School. We moved apartments a few times when I was little. When the rent got too high, we moved to another place in Harlem. Then Brooklyn got too violent, so we moved to the Bronx. But no matter where we lived, my mom worked at the same place in Manhattan. She grew us up right. She told us never give up. I always listened to her and older people. She said, "Don't play with grown-ups, just listen." I liked school, but it was hard for me to learn. I did not know how to read or write. Anytime it was time for me to read, I would keep my mouth shut. I was embarrassed. I did not know if I was going to say the right words. The teacher just passed me to the next grade. I was wondering why they were passing me. I did not understand anything. Finally, when I was in 5th grade, I got put into special ed. These classes helped because they were smaller. My older brothers joked on me for being in special ed. They said, "You stupid, you won't be nothing because you're in special ed." It just made me stronger. It hurt me bad though. I did not get in trouble. I stayed to myself. And so far, I am the only one to finish high school in my house. My guidance counselor from high school set up a meeting with Fedcap. Fedcap trains people with disabilities. I have a learning disability and I also broke my leg when I was 9. So I walk with a limp. I had to go to a doctor to get some tests. They needed to find out my weakness and my strength and my weakness. The doctor gave me a diagnosis. He said there are hundreds of learning disabilities. I have 2 kinds. One is called aphasia. It means you have trouble speaking and understanding spoken words. And the second one is called dysnomia. This means you can't think of the word you want to say. I have had these disabilities for my whole life. On top of these disabilities, the doctor could tell I was frustrated. I was sensitive about what other people thought of me. I was shy. I just want to avoid everyone, but the doctor said it was okay for me to have a job as long as I was supervised. So I went to Fedcap for a job. The counselor asked me, why do you want a job? What do you want to do? And I told her, I like to clean. And I want to help my mom pay the rent. I never had a job before. I was not used to being around people. When I was in the locker room, I did not know what to say. The hard part was talking to people there, but the easy part was doing the job. I went to custodian training. I learned fast. They put me on OJT at Penn Station for 3 months. I like the job because I like to clean. Sometimes I am the only one in my mom's house that cleans. I wipe everything. If I know she had a long day, I will make sure the house is clean when she gets home. They were happy with my work at Penn Station, so they asked me to work at Ellis Island. I thought they would give me a day off, but they didn't. They needed me the next day. Even though I grew up in New York City, I had never been to Ellis Island. So I took the wrong boat. I took the boat to the Statue of Liberty because I thought they were on the same island. When I saw the Statue of Liberty, I was so amazed. I called my mom and said, I am at the Statue of Liberty. I took about 30 pictures with my phone. Then I called my boss and said, I am here. And he said, no, you are not here. Get on the boat to Ellis Island. So I started working at Ellis Island. Cleaning the 3rd floor. My job title was client worker. I start out on the 11 to 7 shift. My job was to close up the facility. I cleaned the restrooms, exhibit areas, and theaters and took out the garbage. My supervisor, Fernando, gave me a log book to read to keep track of what was clean. I told him I can clean, but I can't read. So he taught me, he made some codes for me for exhibits. He wrote an X and said, with this S, can you remember it's exhibits? And I said, okay. He wrote a big W for Windows, and I said, can you remember this W for Windows? And I said, sure. So day by day, I caught on, and I practiced my reading. Fernando told me to read a newspaper every day and to get a library card. Also, I told Fernando I don't know how to talk to people. I was so shy, I was afraid to say hello. So Fernando took me with him to walk the building. He would walk by someone and say, good morning. And they would say, good morning back. And Fernando would say to me, was that hard? And Fernando would, he showed me it was okay to talk to people. He built my confidence. Fernando is a great boss. I love my job. First of all, I love cleaning, but I love the feeling of being responsible. They needed me. I was an important part of the team. I had perfect attendance after about 2.5 years. My boss, Fernando, got promoted. He sat me down and asked me if I wanted his old job as a work leader. He said he would recommend me because I had perfect attendance and I was reliable, so I put in for it. In September of 2009, I got promoted. Now I am a work leader. On Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesday, I manage 7 people at the Statue of Liberty. On Saturday and Sunday, I manage 9 people in 4 locations: Liberty Island, Ellis Island, Battery Park, and Liberty State Park. I delegate the cleaning duty to the client workers. If someone call out sick, I make sure their work is covered by someone else. Or I'll do it myself, because people ask me all the time, what is it like working at the Statue of Liberty? I tell them, I take Lady Liberty very seriously. She may look dingy on the outside, but on the inside, the lady stays clean. For sure. We clean the inside of the entire statue, from her head to the museum under her feet. We don't clean the outside, wish. We just clean the inside. This job is a workout. I'm up 6 flights of stairs. You have to be fit and prepared running up and down those stairs. I start at the lobby and go up to the pedestal, which is the star-shaped part under her feet. I keep my body in shape. Some people hate cleaning the stairs, but I love it. I am the type of guy who likes to work out. I tell people I want to do the stairs. So that's the story of my career so far. 5 years ago, I was afraid to say hello to people. Now I am a work leader and I talk to people all the time. Fedcap helps to see that I am capable of things I never dreamed I could do. For one thing, I pay my mother bills. I always want to give something back to her. She believed in me when no one else did. I have been chipping in to pay her bills ever since I got my first paycheck in 2006. That makes me very happy. The next thing I want to do is pass my driver's test and buy a car. If you want to drive, you need to know how to read. Without Fernando, I don't know if I would know how to read. But I read a newspaper every day now. Also, I am not shy anymore. But I never knew how many nice people there were in this world, as you guys. But okay. Also, I am smarter and more experienced now. For one thing, I know what boat to take to Liberty Island. It seems funny when I think about the days where I took pictures of the Statue of Liberty and called my mom. I have come a long way. And one more big change in my life, I am a father now.
All right.
I have a beautiful 1-year-old daughter, Jenice Jones. I love being a father. I am not that good at changing diapers. Because if I see one speck of dust, I start all over again. I'm still doing that. I use about 15 wipes every time I change it. I told you I am clean.